I cut out caffeine for 30 days and this is exactly what happened. For context, I was probably taking around 300 milligrams of caffeine per day on average, but it was pretty alarming, I'd say. I want to start with why I decided to take a caffeine break. The first thing was that my sleep was really bad. The second thing is any bit of tiredness that I would have a shot of coffee just to like alleviate that and immediately. The third thing is I'm a serial nail biter, so I bite my nails really badly. I've noticed that when I was in the gym, when I was having the majority of my caffeine, I was biting my nails. 4, I wanted to see if there's any difference between training with caffeine versus without, because I was becoming almost dependent on it. Like whether I'm feeling bad, I'd have heaps of caffeine. If I'm feeling good, I'm still having the same amount of caffeine. Were my sessions actually gonna tank or were they gonna stay the same? Or was it all placebo? And the 5th reason is I literally just wanted to see if I could do it. How the way my body coped with quitting something. I was sick for like the first week of not having caffeine. So for me, it was just an unintentional kind of ban on caffeine because I was not gonna have caffeine while I'm sick. And the second week we went up to Sydney, I wasn't quitting it at this point, but I would say that it almost started here. Took away all like the whole caffeine headaches that people usually talk about or any of the withdrawals. It just made it really simple for me because then I got back and I was almost the 3rd week in and I didn't have any. This was the first week of training. So it just meant that I just had to kind of survive 1 week and it's almost 3 weeks of free, no caffeine. So the habit was almost broken. I'm not saying caffeine is a bad thing, right? I only wanted to do this for a specific amount of time to see what would actually happen. The first massive thing is I definitely felt like I had way more energy throughout the day. I was buzzing more. I didn't have as laser focus, and then it was just making my almost night routine so much smoother, and I was actually having long lasting energy throughout the day, slowly slumbering off to bed rather than crashing. So my sleep definitely improved immediately straight away. Best sleep quality I've probably had. Started having dreams again. But then the second biggest thing is actually like understanding that mindset of as soon as I'm tired, I need caffeine so I can perform better at the task I'm doing right now. But it's going to stuff my sleep up and I'm going to need more caffeine tomorrow. And my body will just go, yep, let's do it. Analyzing that and being like, wow, I didn't realize how dependent I was on that and how it made no sense. I could have just had a great sleep and I wouldn't need the caffeine. So just identifying that and breaking that cycle, that conscious, almost breaking that brainwave that it was almost like embedded in my brain that as soon as I'm tired, caffeine. Like as soon as I'm tired now, I grab a banana rather than a coffee because now I realize that carbs is going to give you energy rather than caffeine, which literally blocks the ability for you to feel tired. My heart used to miss a beat. I used to not be able to breathe for a second and I was like, it's fine. And then coming off of caffeine means when that would happen, I would actually feel my heart do it, but it wouldn't actually like stop me from breathing. It would actually die down. So if you've got any heart problems, I'm not a doctor or anything, but I would definitely recommend to stop having caffeine as much. Now my sessions didn't really tank. They stayed exactly the same. I actually probably went up on weight. And it was really interesting, the placebo effect of caffeine, because I was having caffeine no matter if I was tired, if I wasn't tired, if I felt like it was a good day, I'm going to have more caffeine. I was just basing it around. There was no scripting of like, if I'm actually tired and I need caffeine. And that's one of the biggest mindset shifts too, because caffeine doesn't give you energy. It blocks the ability to feel tired. Whereas food with carbs, that actually gives you energy because it releases into your body, glucose and that your body uses to actually make energy. So if you're actually feeling tired, you can have a coffee. But if you need energy and you feel like you're run down, you should be having food. So with that, I enjoyed more bananas. I enjoyed more fruits in that. I enjoyed maybe some lollies occasionally when they are used properly and effectively in the middle of a session. So breaking that habit of my brain going, am I actually tired or do I just need energy? Oh, I need energy? Right, I'll just have a banana. And that gives me instant energy already. Because I was almost gaslighting myself, but in reality it was all placebo because my mood was better, my sleeps were better, and my sessions remained the same intensity, I would say. The next thing about my nails, did they change? No, they didn't actually. I bit just as much whether I was at the gym, whether I was anywhere. So for me, the caffeine didn't do anything. So after this experiment, why did I decide to add caffeine back into my life again? Simply because now I know how to use it effectively. As soon as I now go, oh, I'm tired, I either have something to eat because it's in the middle of the day and I need some energy, or 2, I go, okay, this is good, I'm just gonna have a relaxing end of the day and I'm gonna have a great sleep. But I've got rules now when I have my caffeine. I now have caffeine pretty much every day in the form of a black coffee. The first rule is I don't have caffeine until it's been an hour and a half after I've woken up. This resets your circadian rhythm and you can actually fall asleep easier in the night because your body doesn't associate waking up with having some caffeine. And you also can determine if you need it or not. The second rule is that I limit it to 2 coffees a day. It's because I'm cutting, it's an appetite suppressant, so I can use it for that intended effect rather than for the energy that you get from it. Because caffeine is a stimulant, if you use it effectively when you are not stimulated, so if I'm tired and I have a shot of coffee, it's gonna hit me way harder than when I'm awake and I have a shot of coffee. So what that means is when I really can't focus while I'm editing and I have a shot of coffee, it's gonna make me focus more. It's gonna enhance my work, right? So I'm gonna be able to edit faster. I'm gonna be able to come up with ideas more. I'm gonna be able to record videos faster. So using that when I'm not that way, when I have had a good sleep, when I don't feel like I need that enhancement, I won't have it. Rather than me going, I'm just gonna have it every day because it's gonna make my life better. If I actually use it and I actually respect what it's used for, my tolerance doesn't get built up to the fact where I need to have 6 coffees a day, but it actually gets used effectively. So the main takeaways I got from this is just be real. If you are having a coffee every day, I would recommend doing a 30-day caffeine detox just to see what your body does, to see if you actually enjoy it more. If your work habits break down, like if you can't focus as much, then you know that you do need that caffeine. And that's not that bad because caffeine is ultimately not the worst for you. But at least you know now if you do need it or not, because if you don't need it, it 1, saves you money, and 2, it also just means that you're just a bit more of a healthy person. Your heart health isn't as bad as if you're having caffeine every day. Even if you want to just improve your sleep, if you're having a really bad sleep schedule, I'd recommend getting off of caffeine and just seeing if you actually feel more energized. If you guys want to see more videos like this of any other experiences that I have had doing like a detox, I will make another video on it. Comment down below. Thank you all so much for all the support in the last videos. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.